Good transfusion from Leb, healing back up that queen. We are sniping some drones here, but right now there's really no chance for Unknown. We have 10 drones in production for Leb, so he is just droning hard right now. He has no fear of any early attack right now because of that one gate Stargate build. We do have a transfer from probes for Unknown, so he's getting ready for that expansion. And right now we're getting Roach Burrow from Leb. So right now, since we don't have that Robo or Forge for the cannons, Unknown's in a pretty bad position at this point.
Well, their economies are actually pretty even. I think that Unknown could just make a Void Ray and then defend and drone up because there's no Hydras on the field or anything. He can scout like any Hydras that are coming out, but until there's Hydras, you can't really push at all.
Very true.
Versus Void Rays.
It doesn't look like we're getting the Void Ray, though. We are putting down a Forge, a Robo, and another Gateway, so looks like we're just going to be getting those Immortals on the field. Hopefully we see a cannon go down at Unknown's expansion to stop those burrowed roaches. We do have his double gas at his expansion as well, so we are getting a lot of gas right now, so maybe even a tech in the Colossus tech for him. He's not very a Colossus heavy guy, so I don't know if he will do that. He'll probably just stick with straight up Immortals. But we are also getting +1 weapons for him, so that's even better. And we are getting the Robo base, so we will see Colossus on the field for Unknown.
It's a good move. Colossi always a powerful unit. Leb's taking his third right now. I don't think that Unknown can stop him really, but he's gonna try. Has he scouted it?
I don't think he's scouted it. He's just got his units at the Xel'Naga, but his Phoenix are constantly moving around. It looks like he's about to scout it though, based on his Phoenix waypoint. So he's about to fly over that. So he's gonna see the third here. He does have the double pylon placement at that little backdoor entrance to the expansion, so he will be stopping any baneling attack through the mineral line. But we do have all these lings in Unknown's mineral line doing a lot of damage right now. He needs to get his units over. He's going to be doing that, stopping the lings, warping in more zealots here. And right now,
yeah, just taking map control, just establishing his third.
Yep. Leb's doing a good job there, just poking and prodding, keeping Unknown in his base. And if you look at his creep expand, he's doing an excellent job of that. He's got several creep tumors. He's, sending it in different directions. And he's just, macroing up as best as possible.
He could actually do better. He's got Queen with 130 energy. He could, get a couple more tumors out.
That is true.
Do it a little faster.
Now, it doesn't look like we're getting the tunneling claws for the roaches, so we won't be seeing some, moving burrowed roaches yet. But we are getting groove spine for our Hydra and +1 carapace. So, looks like we're going, Roach Hydra, which, is pretty standard. But if Unknown gets enough of these Colossus out and we don't have Corruptors on the field, this is not going to be good for Leb. But Unknown is supply blocking himself, so the more he does stuff like this, the better chance Leb has of just destroying him.
Yeah, that's really the worst thing ever is when you make a Colossi, you chrono boost it, and then you realize you're supply blocked. And you just wasted a chrono boost on nothing. I've done that so many times, I can't even tell you.
Now, if we look at the income tab, we have 51 Harvesters for Unknown, 55 for Leb. So both players are doing a good job at constantly producing probes and drones and just staying on top of their economy. But since Leb is on 3 bases, looks like soon he'll be taking the gold. He definitely has the advantage here, but we are getting that Spire down for those Corruptors to handle the Colossus. And we do have an engagement here at Unknown's gold. Decently placed force fields.
That was,
but
I think Unknown just had his guys on move instead of attack move, and he didn't realize it. Because he just kind of got his Colossus sniped real fast. He didn't really throw any force field down or anything.
Yeah, Unknown does that quite frequently. He's lost quite a few games to me because he's not paying attention when he moves out his armies. But
yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay placed force fields, could have done a little bit better job there to catch more roaches, but he did get a couple, so that's all that really matters. We'd like to see him utilizing these Phoenix a little bit better. They're both at one of them at 200 energy, one of them at 130 energy. So grabbing just a couple of them, killing whatever he can, always helps. I'd like to see him scouting around with them, trying to pick off as many Overlords as he can as well. Even though they do have speed, he could pick off a couple, and anything helps at this point. Having these Phoenix stationary isn't really going to do anything.
Yeah, Phoenix are the best scouting unit in the game, like, by far. They're super fast. They can get away from anything. That's why you hallucinate Phoenixes when you have sentries. So you could just set those on patrol or something, and they would control a lot of air.
It doesn't look like both players are doing the best they can on upgrades. I mean, Unknown has +1/+1. Leb only has +1. So Well, I'd like to see more than that. Unknown is getting his +2 weapons right now and charge, so we're going to be seeing the charge lots But right now, I would love to see Leb, throw down, a second Evo chamber. Does he even have, or does he have 2 out or just 1? I can't find it. Yeah, he just has 1. So I'd like to see more upgrades from him. Once that protoss gets that death ball and a 3-3, and if you're not 3-3, you're in a pretty shitty position. Now we do see the Void Rays being built as well, so we're going to be seeing that heavy Colossus Void Ray death ball. Unknown does this quite frequently against me as Zerg, so he knows how to do it, but I think Leb's economic advantage right now is pretty strong, but Unknown is taking his 3rd while Leb's taking his 4th, so Unknown is doing a good job with his expansions. He is getting cannons down on his 3rd to prevent any super quick attack to pick off that Nexus, which is good. But he's, walking around with his Colossus at the front of his army, and he really shouldn't be doing that. That's so easy to snipe those two and just, lose a huge advantage that he could have in a fight.
It's very true. I do like his composition though, because he doesn't have too many voids, doesn't have too many colossi. Leb really has to kind of guess at how many corruptors he needs to stop this, because it's a very delicate balance. Corruptors versus colossi, corruptors versus void rays.
Yep, that is very true. And now charge is just now finished. So we also have the charge lots in the field, but here we have an engagement at the goal. Zerg is moving in, and good force fields from Unknown, trying to cut the army in half, but he doesn't have enough energy. There we go. Perfect force fields there. But we have so many corruptors on the field now, just destroying these Colossus, Phoenix, and Void Rays. Looks like Leb's going to be coming out on top on this fight. These Hydras are just going to destroy these gateway units now. It could be Unknown is falling back now. Plenty of corruptors here from Leb. Got just enough to just completely destroy that army. And now Leb's moving forward for a counterattack. And nope, he's falling back now. But good engagement from both players. But Leb was just, his unit composition was just a little bit stronger than Unknown's and able to come out on top of that fight.
Yeah, he had just the right amount of corruptors. I mean, you see he has still tons left. He can just remax with this. So you can't produce colossi in any kind of speed.
Now, we do see a Temple of Archives going down for Unknown, so we'll be seeing Psionic Storm soon, which can devour those Roach Hydra armies pretty quickly. It's a little bit better on the Hydras than the Roaches, but either way, the Storms, when properly placed, can do a lot of damage. And it looks like we're having the Overlords use the creep highway to get these Hydras out here quickly, and we're having another engagement here. Unknown using his sentries, but doesn't have enough force field to get a complete cut here, and these Hydras are just going to devour these gateway units so fast. And it doesn't look...
Yeah, I don't think the Storm is going to get out in any kind of time. I mean, I think this game could just be over.
Yeah, we do have the Colossus, though, and Leb's not even controlling. Yeah, Leb's half his army was just sitting there. We do have the Corruptors coming in now. I'd like to see Unknown move that Colossus away, but doesn't look like he's going to be losing it. And it looks like Unknown's going to be able to hold here because Leb wasn't really focusing on his army. But right now, if we look at the income tab, it's 70 Harvesters for Leb, 69 for Unknown, so they're both doing a good job on their economy. Right now, Leb has the gold. It's not fully saturated yet. I'd like to see him transfer just a little bit more drones there so he can get the maximum gold production there. But right now, both players are looking good. Leb's getting that +2 carapace. Still doesn't have +1 attack, though. Would like to see that. And Unknown is getting his +3 weapons. So Unknown is just barely hanging in there based off the upgrades. But I don't know how long he'll be able to do that, especially when he keeps going Stalker heavy against this Roach or Hydra heavy army. These Hydras are going to devour this army alive.
Well, right now he has to hold on until Storm is done. That's really all he can do. He can't make Corruptor. I mean, he can't make Colossi because of the Corruptors, obviously. He needs to warp in a couple of High Templars so they'll have enough energy when Storm is done to actually cast Storm. But I don't know. He has to deal with this attack right now.
Hopefully Unknown canceled that expansion, and he did, so he didn't lose that minerals there. And Unknown is forcing him back. Probably shouldn't just fall back to his base. Like you said, you definitely need the Psionic Storm at this point. We do have Leb taking his 5th, and he's doing a good job with his Overlords. He's spamming creep to prevent as much expansion as possible. And we do have Unknown trying to retake that gold. We need to get that pylon down, then get some cannons down to help defend it. Right now, both players are sitting on a decent amount of minerals, so their economies is keeping them in the game pretty hard right now. But if Unknown, doesn't start with these High Templars soon, his Psionic Storm is finished, but doesn't have none on the field. So we'd have another engagement here. This isn't looking good for Unknown. Got a good concave here from Leb, losing his Colossus to those Corruptors, and this is probably going to be game for Unknown.
Unless some kind of miracle happens.
Yeah, these Hydras just devour these gateway units. Hopefully we could see Unknown warping a bunch more of some charge lots, get a good surround on them. That'll hold them in a little bit longer. But we do have the Greater Spire coming from Leb, so we'll be seeing the brood lords from those corruptors, and once those are on the field, it's not going to be good. So here comes the charge lots, but reinforcements on the way from Leb, and that's GG.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see some blink. I mean, if you're going stalkers all of a sudden, you're going to need blink for them at the very least. And then you draw back to where your probes are. I don't know. Just a better defense if you're going to wait for Storm. But he didn't even start Kaderin, so I think he just kind of gave up by that point.
He got destroyed, but the guy, I think, had a huge advantage on him. Like I said, Unknown doesn't really ladder that much. And either way, it was a good game. Unknown put up a decent fight, so, you know, at least it was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
Right, good game, guys.